So today's Squad Busters video is going to be a little bit different. I did see a tweet from Nubs talking about how's everybody feeling about Squad Busters after a few months have passed, and I wanted to go through the comments. Now, I haven't read any of these comments, and basically my goal with this video is to just understand like what other communities think of the game, because like Nubs is obviously big in the Brawl Stars space. So I want to see what the Brawl Stars audience thinks of Squad Busters and just kind of see what's going through people's minds and what possibly Squad Busters can do in the future to improve their game for a lot of other people. So we have Panda says, haven't opened, show more here. Okay. This is great. Haven't opened the game since the second season started. It didn't feel rewarding, felt like a grind fest, too much RNG, not enough indicators for the way micro matchups would go if you engage. Monetization is very wacky. All in all, disappointed, but I never felt it should have gone global. It definitely needs a lot more work. I think the hype died down in player acquisition when a game is new and is easier, especially if you push it on your other successful games. But I feel like now they're in an impossible place, since it feels like even if they make good changes to the game, they won't be able to attract attention to it since they've lost a lot of active players. Viewership is also falling, as is interest. It works similarly to how shoutouts don't give you a permanent boost, but a cosmetic boost. Tough road ahead for sure. Honestly, very solid sentiment there from Panda. I agree with it. I think that it's like one of these situations where the game just kind of went all in. Like they got a ton of players, and because of that, it just kind of missed the mark for that big of an audience, and is now just going to be on a downfall until they're able to adjust, stabilize, and then they'll probably climb back up to probably where the game would have been if they just did it. Could it have been more successful if the game was a lot more polished? Probably, but we'll see what we can get. Real Canadian says, it felt like a chore to play. You get on for 30 seconds and get your free chest, and then see Cars Mystery Challenge event where you got to use six chest tickets in 2 hours, and you always happen to get the chest doubler in the last one, so you got to play another 6 games. Fair. That has changed from 2 hours to 6 hours, so at least they made that change there. Deleted from devices a while back. Fun for a game or two, but not sticky at all. Doubt I'll be back. Deleted the game. Hype wasn't worth it. Was dead from release. I genuinely think it's really bad. It's boring, grindy, pay to win, luck based when it comes to mega units, and above all, it's not fun. Supercell rushed this game out. They don't seem at all wanting to fix any of the issues. If the next update doesn't fix them, it's over. So this one is interesting because people have been saying that about Clash Royale for a while. Like, if they don't fix the next game in the next update, it's dead. Like, no, that's not true. All these things, boring. That's kind of it's like opinion based, you know, and that's not like a guaranteed thing. Pay to win. It has its moments. Luck based, sure. Especially when it comes to mega units, yep, for sure. Even Boom Beach feels more alive. I don't know about that one, Chief. Game is not fun after a while. Who even plays this game anymore? Played a ridiculous amount for the first month and then basically quit. I don't know why they rushed this game's global release so much, but it doesn't have enough content to keep players around for even a couple of months, let alone years. Needs new game mode. Stopped playing some days ago. Repetitive. I only log in when there's free stuff. Not even a single positive comment. People are dogging on it, but I'm enjoying it. Not everything needs to be competitive. Exactly. As someone who used to play every day for progression, I stopped a while ago. I've reached Squad League twice, and I've reached a point where pay-to-win aspects take over the game. Without ultras and keys, you just don't win. That's not true. Not to mention, I still don't have all the characters unlocked. Okay. Haven't played since the first week. Game got boring. Already given up. Game is too grindy and boring. I haven't spent a single dollar in this game. A fun game for sure, but still needs a lot of improvements and changes, especially when it comes to progression and consumable items. It's not the kind of game which you can play long sessions of it easily, unlike other Supercell games, but I like playing it. And honestly, that's like my take on it too, is like I look at Squad Busters and I think like party game, right? Like I'm thinking like Mario Kart, Mario Party, where it's like you queue up with your friends, you have a good time, and then you just kind of hop off. And I think that's okay. And I think there are also going to be situations where people just want to grind this game a ton. I think there will be a point where it gets to both of those, like where both of those are able to exist within Squad Busters. I think it's just more so like a very fun party, hang out with your friends type game. Copied Brawl Stars, not even close. Deleted it around the time of global launch, played for a month and got bored. It's not on the same level as Brawl Stars, but it's fun as long as you just play a couple matches per day and don't grind it. Exactly. Funny game when other options are boring, but overall I won't play it as a main game. Honestly, quit the game, don't miss it at all. Same with Clash Royale. Okay. Boring, takes forever to upgrade characters. I really like it, but it feels like too much pay to win. Deleted on day one. It's a casual, fun game, but I want control like in Brawl Stars. So honestly, good game, a lot of potential, and just not for everyone. I think this post right here pretty much sums it up. Good game, a lot of potential, just not for everybody. I think that's really what it comes down to with a lot of these comments, where it's just like this one. It's a casual, fun game, but I want control. So I think that's really what it's come down to. I'm very curious to see what do any of these other comments stand out. Brawl Stars is the only Supercell game that I like play right now. I love it. Recently reached Squad League. I play alone to grind with or with friends just to have fun. Really enjoy the game, but once you get all characters 3 to 3-star, the grind for 4 stars is way too long. That I definitely agree with. Let's see. Progression is okay, but they make offers a bit pay to win. Some modifiers are bad or make the match unplayable. If you don't own the right characters, some of them end up being unusable too. The grinding is fine, but the PvP is like playing Agario with the most busters win. Yeah. I'd rather watch paint dry. Okay. It's gotten pretty repetitive, to be honest. They need to make serious changes to things like new game modes and the amount of RNG there is. Still have it downloaded, just not playing as much as, say, a month ago. And I think that's perfectly fair. The game got boring after 5 days. I still play Squad Busters every day. Says it's the next Boom Beach. Completely threw their motto out the window with this one. I feel like that's a big sentiment because, like, overhyped walking simulator. Yeah, like people. The thing is, like, there's a lot more to Squad Busters than people think. Like, especially when I casted the Squad Heroes tournament that Samsung put on with a bunch of content creators. We had open qualifiers and everything. I think there's a lot of people who played in, like, the finals were like, okay, these matches are way more strategic and difficult than just, like, playing the game normally. So I think there's a layer of complexity in Squad Busters that people just don't see. And I'm not saying there's not issues with the game, right? Like someone mentioned consumables, those definitely need to be fixed. Progression has been a big topic. The grind between 3 to 4 stars is a big topic as well. Can't get new characters, and getting 4-star is hard for no reason. And now they're going to add 5-star when we don't know that. Game is beyond saving. People are saying that also, which is weird because Brawl Stars was dead for like 2 years, and now it's arguably Supercell's best performing title. So I don't know. Boring game, Plaza feels empty, not much to do. I think there's good changes that they can make with the Plaza to make it a little bit better. The game has a lot of potential, but it's just not that good in its current form because it's just pay to win and repetitive. It has taken all my time away from Clash Royale and Clash of Clans. I enjoy it even if it's repetitive. It's repetitive. I'll come back after a major update or two. Haven't played the game for weeks now. Everything's pay to win. Very good concept, but less chances of getting new characters. Quickly felt stale after a month. The game is also way too random, becomes quickly grindy. Little too empty. We need a few updates for now. Yeah, it seems like the general sentiment is like it's too grindy. A lot of people feel like it's repetitive, which is fine. Like, you know, it's like one of those games where it's just like people will play it for a little, and like I said, for a lot of people, it could really feel like just a fun party game. Like you're hanging out, like you played Squad Busters or Brawl Stars for a couple hours, and you're like, want to queue up on a couple games of Squad Busters? Sure, and then you queue up with your friends and whatever. I think what it's really going to come down to for a community to kind of win the community sentiment back is from what I'm hearing about this. Here was hearing the community on this game makes me really upset. Squad Busters is easily my favorite Supercell game, and I haven't stopped playing. Most of these people arguing haven't made it past the first world and have the most basic troops who don't even do special things. Could it definitely be a consideration as well? Like a lot of people, like maybe early game retention is a big fall off because there's not enough to like grab people early on. I think a lot of people will find it fun at the start, and then as it gets on, they'll see like the pay to win and the consumables and everything like that. But honestly, I think if they introduce like one more game mode, like duos or 5v, we know 5v5 China test is happening right now. If they just went like duos or something and put in where you're able to queue up with friends and then you play against 4 other teams and it's most gems, maybe there's some respawns, everything like that. I think there's good potential for it to win a lot of people back. I think if they change the key system, I think if they change the mega system, I think there's a really good chance that they could get people to come back to the game, try it out. If there's different game modes, it keeps it fresh, keeps it fun. There's different things you can queue. I think that's a great start, and then kind of see where the community sentiment lies after that. But those seem like the major issues, the 3 like pillars that they're really struggling with based on like a lot of these comments. Is going to be progression with once you get 3 stars, it's hard to get 4 stars or it's hard to unlock new characters. So progression is a big thing. Monetization, skins not being able to tell which form it is very difficult for things like Barbarian King where you can't tell if your opponent has a super rage spell. So monetization, that includes the consumables. And then the repetitiveness. Those are like the 3 major things that if the team is able to address even one of those in an upcoming update, whether that's in 7-ish days at the time I'm recording this video when the Gem Pass ends, or if it's in September when the following Gem Pass ends, when the burgers and sandwiches season or whatever it is, with the street mega trader and the burger tank mega. We'll see which update comes, but I really think even if Squad Busters addresses like one of these issues, Clash Mini's better. I mean, Clash Mini was a great game, didn't deserve to die. Hopefully, it gets justice in Clash Royale and it's still fun, but that's a whole other topic. But I think if Squad Busters is able to address any one of those 3 major points, that they could have a really good chance to change the sentiment around. Now, I don't think it's going to be Supercell's most played game. I don't think that. I think it's unrealistic to think that. But I do think that there's a really good chance that Supercell could turn this around and potentially bring it back to a fun state for a lot of the community. Hopefully we'll see it. Hopefully that those changes will come. At least one of those changes coming to the game would be huge for it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. My personal opinion, I'm still having fun playing Squad Busters, but I do understand where people are coming from, and everyone's opinion about it makes total sense. It's an opinion after all. Like, definitely hear them, definitely understand it, definitely can see why it's repetitive for some people, definitely can see why it's boring for some people, definitely can see the perception of pay to win, but I think there's a lot more depth to Squad Busters than people think. And hopefully these updates will address these major concerns from the community and potentially bring it back to a state where it has an opportunity to come back to the reins and hold true to Supercell's motto of like, we release great games for years to come. It has potential. A lot of people said it in those comments that it has potential. So we'll just see what the next update brings. Let me know what you think's coming in the next update down in the comment section below.